Hello everyone, welcome to Shelf Space, and what have I gotten myself into? Be right back. No, still just a sec, folks. Okay, I think this will have to do. Roll the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to Shelf Space. I'm your host, Rodimus13, and oh boy, take a look at this thing. I have it pushed back as far as it will go on my set, and this is the unboxing of the HGUC RX-9A Narrative Gundam Apex. And oh my goodness, this is one of the biggest things I have done on this show, I think. Oh, I'm nervous and excited at the same time. Let's just get into it. All right, I'm going to have to reach around and... Oh, goodness gracious. Open. Reveal your secrets to me. I'm just going to put the box lid aside. Wow. Okay, let me adjust the camera, maybe? Oh, goodness. There's a lot of stuff in here. I think we're skipping our usual bag count, because the count is a lot. Maybe I'll put a counter or something like that in the corner. I don't know. Anyway, let's just dive into it and see what this monster has for us. Oh my goodness, look at all this. Away with you. So we're starting off with Runner H1 in this very nice sort of yellowish orange color. Next up is Runner I1, which is in a sort of gray color. Yeah, and both of these are parts for the Apex, I'm pretty sure. And in particular, they are parts for, I think, the arms, at least. Because it has those sort of little capture claw thingies. Next bag. So these look to be part of the narrative itself. First up, we got Runner E2, which I just dropped. Sorry about that, folks. And that's the V-fin for the Narrative Gundam itself. Then next up we got Runner C2, which is, again, more parts to the narrative. I think these are parts of its shins or something like that. And then Runner G2, which I think we may be back to parts of the Apex. Not entirely certain, but I think that's like a big part of the front of it. And it's in a sort of navy blue color scheme. Next bag. We got Runner I2, which is this part. So more of these sort of armor bits that are part of the Apex, I'm fairly certain. And then Runner H2, which is this part of that. Oh goodness, there is so many bags. Okay, we got SB13, which, if I remember correctly, this was a Saber beam effect part from 2013. Got in sort of a very pale pink color. We got a large sticker sheet with large stickers on it. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. And then lots of tiny stickers. That I feel even worse about. Goodness. Next up we got, looks like 2 copies of the L Runner. And these are fuel tanks and parts of the APACs. This will be the first time I've built a kit with the big external fuel tanks that you see in a lot of mobile suits. Next bag. These look like more parts for the narrative itself. So, Runner E1 in a lovely red. Can you focus on that, please? Okay. That looks to be torso bits, maybe parts of sort of the cockpit cover, and teeny tiny Gundam chin face, I think. Next, we got Runner C1, which, yep, is copies of, this part, plus more stuff for, I think that's the waist and shoulders. Then we have Runner G1, not to be confused with Transformers Generation 1. Yes, I probably made that joke already. No, I'm not going to apologize for it. And that is a copy of this part, plus a whole bunch of other extra stuff, and I'm fairly certain this is for the actual APACs armor thing. Buckle in, folks, because we're going to be here for a bit. Okay. Next up, we got D-Runner. More stuff for the narrative Gundam. Can we shine some light on it? Yes, there we go. And this is feet and backpack stuff, and sort of a kind of a navy blue, but a different navy blue than what we were seeing before. Next up, we got an ABS runner, the Runner N, which just looks to be some sort of eternal stuff, and I guess this is part of a base thing for the APAC's mobile armor part. And speaking of base thing, we got this big thing. This isn't a named runner. This is just basically one of their standard sort of flying base things for, usually I think they use it for kits that have alt modes or something. And it's something too. I don't read Japanese, so I have no idea what that means. But some big chunks of plastic in a sort of metallic-y black. Got a little bit of a swirl effect in there. At least I hope that's a little bit of a metallic swirl and not signs that the plastic is going to fall apart on me. Here's an interesting bag. Ah, these must be... yeah. DBA 1, DBA 2. Excuse me. So these are the little clear plastic base support things for the arms and beam effects, I believe. All right. Another bag. Got two big old runners in this. We got Runner M1, which has got some missile stuff and parts for the arms and giant thruster bells and little thruster bells and things that almost look like polycaps and other internal frameage parts. And then we got the exact same thing all over again. It's even called the same thing. And I'll be right back, folks. Okay, don't know if you can see it, but I moved a bunch of stuff that was over here because it was starting to become like a giant leaning tower, and I did not want that. Anyway, next up, this looks to be, yeah, this is all stuff for the actual narrative. In fact, looking at it now, it doesn't say anything about Apex, so while I don't know if they reuse this for the CPAX version, I do know that it's not marked with the Apex thing. So first we got runner B1, which is all sorts of internal frame stuff for the narrative Gundam itself. So there's the legs, hips, that's probably the back. I'm betting that's maybe either shoulders or hip parts, upper legs, arms, hands, fairly standard stuff. Then we got runner A1, which is all the white external armor stuff. So there's the, that's either the waist or the back, legs, I think maybe that's probably part of the back thrusters, sides, all sorts of stuff. Oh, and there's the Gundam mouth cover thing. Looks really cool, even just on the runners. And then we randomly have this F1 runner, which I have no idea what this is. Oh, wait, no? That's got to be the eyes, and then that's, I think, the part of the cockpit. As for these things, no clue. I got nothing. Okay, we got one side done. Yay! Next bag. Oh, did I drop something? No? Okay. Next, we got runner F2. It's blue. And other than making me think of a old electro song, I got nothing. Don't know what it's for. I'm guessing it's part of the narrative Gundam itself. Runner B2. Some more frame stuff. It's a copy of the part of the B runner that we were looking at earlier. Giant polycap runner, PC001, with an extra bit on the side. And then runner A2, which again, copy of part of the A1 runner. So arms and feet and leg coverings, it appears to be. Oh, we're in the home stretch, folks. Okay. So now we're back to doing stuff for the actual Apex. This is the J runner with some big honking plastic pieces. And I don't know what all these are, but they're huge and kind of cool looking. I'm guessing that's part of the arm. I think these are thruster bits. And it looks like, yep, this is just a copy of that. Because symmetry, folks. Pretty cool. Laying that down over here. I'm trying to separate out the stuff for the actual narrative Gundam versus the stuff for the Apex. Oh my goodness. I have seen pictures and videos of that part before, but I've never actually seen it myself. So this is a saber, beam saber effect part. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the kind of beam sabers that you get with the Perfect Grade kits. So they're 1/60th scale beam sabers, but they're sometimes used to basically represent giant beam sabers. I can barely get this thing to fit in frame. Same, actually a little bit of a darker pink than the other ones, but though maybe that's just by virtue of having more material. They're also a little bit harder than standard beam saber plastic. I don't know if that's just because of how it's on the mold or if they just use a slightly different material. But that's pretty cool. And then we got 2 copies of the K-Runner, which this looks like stuff for the big mechanical arms on the Apex mobile armor. So yeah, because there's part of the arms that stick out, and there's some of the base parts. Yeah, and as you can see, it's the same thing. And one jump cut later because of a phone call. We're back. Okay, so now we got the assembly instructions, which we don't need, and the actual instruction booklet, which unlike other HG kits is a actual saddle stitch booklet, not that fold out number. On the cover we got nice painted photograph of the narrative, and looks like we use just about everything except some of the polycaps, so that's fairly standard and not too surprising because this was all made for this. It's not reusing bits from other things. And yeah, so looks like it's fairly standard construction, but there is a lot of layering bits on top of each other. The legs do actually almost look like they have a inner frame thing going on, so that's kind of cool. And then once you're done with that, you got the weapons there, and then it starts showing you how to build everything for the actual Apex. Interesting enough, this all looks like it goes together fairly quickly. It's just, it's huge. To be honest, I'm not entirely certain where this thing is going to live in the end once I'm done with it. But I can't wait to get started on this. And then we got some color illustrations on there. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for checking out this extra big, extra long unboxing. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. You can also check out the description below for links to my storefront for official shelf space merchandise and stuff like that. And can I get it back in frame? Just shake everything up. I'm not even going to try to close that right now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you the next time you invade my shelf space, provided there's enough room for other people to get in here. Please,